In this video, we're going to cover the order lifecycle in Flxpoint. So when an order comes in from your marketplace or website or your sales channel into Flxpoint, how it gets to your end supplier or source to be fulfilled. So prior to starting, the first thing I want to note is the difference between an order and a purchase order. An order is what comes in from your sales channel, and a purchase order is what is sent to your source or supplier to be fulfilled. So when an order comes into Flxpoint, the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to look at your order routing rules. Now, your order routing rules are found in your settings, orders, and routing. And in here, you have the ability to set up your routing priorities, which allow you to choose between sending this order if a product is fulfilled from multiple sources to the lowest cost one, preferred source, which is determined down here at the bottom by dragging or dropping, which could be they give you better rates, they have better shipping, or other characteristics that you like about that supplier or source. And then up here, you can do everything from closest to the shipping address all the way down to a single source, meaning everything is filled from one source if there's multiple items on it. Once it's gone through the order routing process and picked which source best meets this order, the next thing that it's going to do is to generate a purchase order. Now, we have auto-generate turned off for the sake of this video, but generating a purchase order is handled at the channel level. So up here in our Shopify channel, we see we have auto-generate purchase orders turned off. And so what that means is when this order flows in, normally it would automatically generate a purchase order. That way it could be fulfilled. But in this case, we're just going to click generate. Once the purchase order has been generated, we see that the necessary information is passed over, the SKU number, the quantity, the amounts, and even some packaging details. After a purchase order is generated, we do have some actions that we could take, such as editing it, voiding it, or processing it. So once we've confirmed that the PO is correct, the next step would be to process the PO. Now, processing for POs happens at the source level. And in here, under our source 3, we see that we have an override of auto processing. So we've set it to do not auto process for the sake of this video. But just like our purchase order, you could set this to auto process. So in the event an order came in, it would look at your routing rules first, pick the appropriate source. It would auto-generate a PO, and then it would auto-process, meaning everything was automated all the way from order import all the way to transmission to your source. So now that we have our PO and we've confirmed it's correct, we would set our PO to process, and we would see that it moves to a processing state. Once it's sent to the supplier and it is acknowledged, then it would then move to what is an acknowledged state. Once an purchase order is in an acknowledged state, then it is ready for a fulfillment information. We have the option down here to manually add a shipment if we wanted, but once we ran our get shipments job, that is what would update our fulfillment information. Or you can manually add a shipment in here as well by simply choosing the PO and adding the ship date or time and the necessary information required for that. That is the high-level life cycle of an order in Flxpoint. Thank you for watching.